Hello and welcome to another developer diary for Imperator talk-through thing. And today we're talking about the politics of the republics. As always, we do the Twitter teaser, though we won't be dwelling too much on it because this exact picture is in the developer diary itself. So how about we just go straight into that, though, shall we? Hi and welcome back to another developer diary for Imperator. This time we'll talk about the offices and laws in the Republic. If you haven't read about the Senate already, then read it here, and of course I did a video on that already. First of all, we have the current ruler, which in Rome is called the Consul. In a decision to make it more into a fun, engaging game, where you care about your characters, you only have one Consul in Rome and they serve for 5 years. Immediately I'm disappointed. And the reason for that is this isn't Rome. This isn't how Rome functioned. Rome had 2 consuls that served simultaneously, and they served for 1 year before there was an election for a new pair of consuls. That's how Rome worked. They didn't have this. They didn't have this, basically. But anyway, let's read on a little bit, and then I will give my opinion again at the end. So, the next consul, which is called a candidate, is usually the most popular and prominent character from the most powerful faction in the Senate. Friendship and backing of other parties influences this as well. There are 8 officers in the government, and they all serve until you replace them or they die. There are 2 officers for each attribute, and the skill in their attributes determines how big their impact is on your country. Each of them gives the character prominence, and some give other benefits to the character. Censors give charisma, each charisma gives plus 0.2 Senate influence for the censors party. Praetor gives charisma, each charisma gives 1% commerce. Tribunus militum, each marshal gives 1% discipline. Praefectus militaris, each marshal gives plus 1 tax income. Augur, each zeal gives omen. Pontifex, each zeal reduces stab cost. Tribunus plebis, each finesse increases freeman happiness. And Vulnerarius, each finesse increases health. Okay, appointing someone to an office increases their loyalty, but removing someone deeply hurts their loyalties. It's fair enough. There are 8 categories of laws in a republic, and each of them have 4 different laws, where only one law can be active in each category. Changing a law costs 250 oratory power, and you must have the backing of the Senate for changing that category of laws. Anti-corruption laws impact corruption, unrest, religious laws, omen, cost and power, influence of religious party, maritime laws, commerce, wealth and pirates, integration laws, pop happiness, influence of civic and populist parties, citizen laws, pop promotion costs, land reforms, AE impact, unrest, slave output, military reforms, different military bonuses, election reforms, corruption, consul term duration. So not only is this 5-year thing complete bullshit, but they also have a law to change the duration, because that was a thing. And again, like, this is the image that we saw on the Twitter teaser, the exact same, just split into 2. So here we have enact lex alia sentia. There is too much opposition in the Senate, because not enough people are supporting it. The manumission of slaves became so increasingly prevalent in Rome that a law was enacted to put limitations on how manumitted slaves were to act and what heights they might climb to by denying freed slaves the right of citizenship. And yeah, again, the game looks absolutely beautiful, so every time I see something that is disappointing to me, it hurts even more when I see just like, damn, that looks good, but I don't like the mechanics. So yeah, there we go. We've got the consul and we've got the candidate. We've got censors, praetors, tribunus militum, praefectus militaris, all really cool names and cool pictures and all that good shit. Lots of laws there, and yeah, good stuff. Please be aware that monarchies like this one and tribes have different offices and laws, and if you like to mod, you can have your own unique offices and laws for each nation if you so want. Next week we'll go into military traditions. And before we go back up and talk about this consul nonsense, this is another one of these dev diaries that is heavily weighted towards the disagree bar. Heavily. and when you look at the comments replying to it, anything that is, say, anti this dev diary is agreed with. Anything that is kind of disagreeing with, you know, the general reaction is heavily disagreed with. Will it be moddable? Let's fucking hope so. One CONSUL, sad face, 42 agrees. Like, can't say I'm happy. 89 agrees. It's not looking good, and I would tend to agree with these people. I am not happy with this. So, consoles. I mean, for starters, I want to just draw your attention to a channel called Historia Civilis. They have a fantastic series of videos on Rome, on how the consulship worked, on how their government worked in general. Please go and watch some of these videos, and I will link them in the description. You can go and watch these. He goes into quite a lot of depth on things like how exactly elections were held. Nice graphics on it, nice voiceover, awesome information. Seriously, go watch it. And this is not how it worked. This isn't how it worked even remotely. I think there's a comment, I'm not going to go find it, but basically I think it sums it up pretty nicely. This is a monarchy. The candidate is the heir, and the only difference is the monarch has his lifespan artificially limited to 5 years. That's what I'm seeing here. And as I've said in previous Dev Diaries, don't say you don't like something. I mean, you can not like something without having something better to put in its place, but your opinion on something is much stronger if you can say, this is what I would like to see in return. And in this case, what I would like to see is just 2 fucking consoles. Why the need for a candidate? Remove the candidate completely. Gone. Fucking disappeared with. Rename it to CONSUL. If you want to have CONSUL Superior and CONSUL Inferior, fine. And then, yeah, I actually understand. 5 years' time, I understand that. After playing Imperium Universalis, the constant barrage of, oh hey, there's a new election and you need a new consul. It's fucking annoying, and I hated that. So I totally get why you would want to raise the time for that. I get it, and I understand it, and I don't disagree with it. But there's no reason to not have 2 consoles. Like I said, even just a fucking name difference. Change this to Consul Inferior. That's enough to satisfy people, I think. Right? It shouldn't be like this. And this is, having it this way is really kind of limiting the amount of, well, for one, it's killing immersion for so many people. Like, immersion is one of the things that really kind of draws me, at least, to these games. I'm an immersion player. I immerse myself into the country or the character that I'm playing. I absolutely despised the likes of the Assassin's Creed games because they killed immersion every single time. They dragged you into that future bullshit, right? Immersion matters to a whole lot of people, and it matters to me. So this does not immerse me into the world of Imperator Rome. It doesn't immerse me into the Age of Antiquity, right? This is not good. This is bad. I mean, I've had Dev Diaries in the past where I did not like them, but this, I think, is the worst Dev Diary, and it all comes from this one and a smidge lines. Oh my god, why? Rename this to Consul Inferior then, or Second Consul, anything. And don't have him be replacing the Consul, just, you know, have them both be replaced after 5 years. Like, I get it. 5 years, it's not Rome, but that's the sacrifice you have to make for gameplay. Fine, go for it. This is not the sacrifice you have to make. This is the thing that you have to change your mechanics to make sure you don't do this, because this, having 2 consuls in Rome, is essential to Rome's character. They had 2 consuls because they were afraid of having one man have too much power and become a monarchy. Calling somebody a king was a fucking insult. Calling someone a monarch was an insult to them. It wasn't like, oh, you're so kingly. It was an insult, right? And this is a fucking king. This is a king that lives for 5 years and then is replaced by his heir. And I am beyond disappointed with it. Oh my god. I'm gonna end the video. I don't really have anything more to say other than my disappointment is infinite and my day is ruined. I'll see you next week for another Dev Diary. Hopefully this one will be a bit better. See you later.